Euro knockout starts today, and there's been so many surprise results. So many teams have made it, which no one expected. So many teams didn't even deliver, which no one expected. And I can't lie, the group stages, it was fun, it was cool. But now the serious business starts. And like I said, one bracket is filled with heavyweights, and the other bracket, one team must deliver, and they must reach the final. But before I go any further, before I preview each round, before I preview each team, before I give you my prediction on who's going to win this whole tournament, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We're getting very, very close to 20,000. Let's start at the bottom bracket. And the first game, which is even today, it starts at 5 p.m. today, is Switzerland against Italy. Switzerland's first game was a 3-1 win against Hungary, very convincing. They drew against Scotland, which to be fair, they should have won. And then of course the last game, they surprised the whole tournament, they surprised the whole nation, the whole continent and the whole world. And they were moments away from beating Germany before a last minute equaliser from Fulkrug. And then we've got Italy, a 2-1 win against Albania to kickstart the tournament. It was then followed by a very, very lucky 1-0 loss, which should have been 7 or 8 or 9-0. And then the last minute equaliser in the 98th minute to get 1 point and to qualify them as a second place in the group. Let's start with Switzerland. I was one of the people who didn't really expect too much from them. I thought, you know what, this tournament, we've always seen Switzerland always being stable, being reliable in most of the major tournaments. But I thought this one, I don't think I had them finishing fourth. So the fact that they finished second, for me, is a surprise. They exceeded expectation by having and performing very well against Germany. They should have even gone 2-0 up against Germany before of course, Germany equalised. But I think the backline has been solid. Sommer has been absolutely insane this tournament. In my opinion, Akanji has been very, very good this tournament. That three-man partnership between Shah, Akanji and Rodriguez. Of course, the wing-back Xhaka being so reliable as always. And then, of course, the three-man rotation is always Mbulu started. Shaqiri got some minutes. And, of course, the main man, in my opinion, that up front is Vargas. I think he's the one creating. He's the one making things happen. And I think, I can't lie, Switzerland has surprised a lot of people. And then on the other hand, we've got Italy, which, bro, they were seconds away from departing the tournament. Like a last-minute equaliser brought them here. And it's not like they were convincing. The game against Albania, fair enough. They won 2-1, which, to be fair, Albania did have some chances in the second half. The game against Spain, their first shot on target was in the last second of the game when they were chasing the game. And against Croatia, they had some chances in the first half, but in the second half, Croatia was the better team. Croatia had the penalty miss with Luka Modric, of course, he scored last minute. Croatia would have been 2-0 up before Italy scored that last minute winner. Their standout performances for Italy has been the backline and has been Donnarumma. Donnarumma has been, despite what everyone has been saying about Donnarumma with PSG and X, Y, and Z, Donnarumma's having a standout display so far in the Euros. He's the captain, so he's, of course, showcasing the leadership and showcasing what he can do. The last tournament, he was the best player in the tournament. And so far this tournament, he's been one of the best two goalkeepers in the tournament. Calafiori is having an exceptional campaign, despite, of course, the own goal. His partner next to him, Bastoni, is having a very good campaign. The only thing which is missing from this Italy team is Spalletti figuring out what to do with the strikers, because it's always rotating. First it was Scamacca and of course Kesa. Then it got rotated. Then he played Raspadori. Then it got rotated. Spalletti doesn't know who to start up front. And he doesn't know who to start as a right wing back. Is it Di Renzo or is it Damian? I can't lie. This game, you're looking at someone who's been reliable, and you're looking at the tradition and aura and the history of Italy. Switzerland has been great. But for a weird reason, Italy, that type of team, if you give them a chance, which now everyone has, and that's why they're now in the knockout stage, I can see them low-key making a deep run. Just because of the fact they've got that in them, man. I've seen them. The last tournament, I've seen them when no one expected Italy to even reach the final. Everyone's saying, oh, they've got an old team, Chiellini, Bonucci. They've got no striker up front, which is, to be fair, was true. No one. They managed to do it. I can see it happening this time around as well. For that reason, I do have Italy qualifying and winning this game. Then we move on to who Italy will be facing in the quarterfinals if they were to win. And that is, of course, between England and Slovakia. Slovakia had the biggest upset at that specific moment by beating Belgium 1-0. They, of course, then lost to Ukraine in the last pretty much 9 seconds. Then, of course, they drew against Romania and they finished third in a group which everyone was tied with the same points. Then we have England, who won the first game against Serbia. They drew 1-1 against Denmark, which, to be fair, they should have lost. And then one of the most, if not the most, boring performance of the whole campaign was that Slovenia against England, which ended 0-0. England so far, let's talk about Slovakia. Slovakia had their moments. They've had their moments. Beating Belgium. I can't lie, they were very fortunate to come here. Like, I would have had Ukraine here. Because of what they've done Ukraine, I think Ukraine is the most unluckiest team. How can you finish on 4 points and then leave the tournament? That's the first time this has ever happened in the Euros. Then they're facing an England team, which we know about England. We know everything about England. Their firepower, the star name. On paper, they are best 2 team in the world. But then again, this tournament, we haven't seen none of that. And again, Southgate hasn't managed to make anything work out. Southgate has got a lot of question marks with this team. What is he going to do? Is he playing Foden? Is he playing Jude Bellingham as a 10? Is he still playing Harry Kane? Who's he playing next to Declan Rice? Is it Walton? Is it Cobby? Is it Trent? Is it Gallagher? Then again, we've got who's starting as a right back? Is it Trent or Walker? So many question marks with this English team, and no one has the answer but Gareth Southgate. Gareth Southgate needs to man up and make some harsh decisions. Not everyone has to stay. Not everyone has to play. Not every key player has to play, bro. It's not bring the best players. It's find the best balance. Find the best system. And he hasn't done that. How can you, in a knockout stage, not know what your best team is? That honestly is disgraceful. Like, you can't enter a tournament not knowing your best team. And then now entering a knockout stage, still not knowing what your best team is. How is this even possible? But I still feel like they've been given such a favourable draw. And I'll talk about England against the other teams. But this game against Slovakia, I feel the matchup is there for them. I don't think Slovakia made the history against Belgium, but I don't see it happening now against England. I feel like England has got match winners and they've got star power to get them through. They've got the individual brilliance to get them through and finish this game off. It might not be the management, it might not be the tactics, it might not be the system. They've got the firepower, and I'm sure they'll win this game and qualify to the next round. And then we move on to Turkey against Austria. Austria has been one of the most surprising teams of the tournament. They lost 1-0 against France, which, to be fair, very unfortunate own goal. Then they beat Poland 3-1 very convincingly. And then one of the games of the tournament, they beat Netherlands 3-2 with so many great moments. They're going up against Turkey, who beat Georgia 3-1 in the first game, lost by a big scoreline to Portugal. And then, of course, the last game in the group, they beat Czech 2-1, which, to be fair, very fortunate, but Czech, of course, going down with 10 men. Let's talk about Austria first. Austria, no one expected this. They finished first in a group which consisted of Netherlands and France. They're going up against the Turkey side, which Turkey had all the expectations. Turkey had all the underdogs, deep run, and they finally delivered. They finally delivered. All the time in the previous decade where people had Turkey as the underdogs and they never did anything, finally this generation has managed to do it. And I can't lie, I think it's about damn time it's happened. But they're going against an Austria side, which, to be fair, you can even make an argument they've been one of the best teams in the tournament from the first 3 games. Like, every single game, they've delivered. Even the game against France where they lost 1-0, they had their chances and they had that moments in that second half. The game against Poland, so convincing. The game against Holland, Netherlands, they should have even scored more than 3 goals. But I feel like with Austria, you've got a team. You've got a cohesion, you've got a system with Ralph, what he's built and the system there for them. You're going up against a team who, I can't lie, you're relying mostly on what specific players has to deliver. The likes of Arda Güler, the likes of Yildiz, the likes of Hakan as the main man, as the El Capitan. And I feel like in a knockout stage, you kind of favour the individual brilliance, the star power, someone that can make something happen out of nowhere. The likes of Arda Güler, the likes of Yildiz, and the likes of Hakan. For that reason, I feel like this will be such a tight game, and I'm so happy they scheduled this game to pretty much start at 8 p.m, where everyone will be watching. And I can't lie, I can see this game being the Arda Güler game. Arda Güler delivering, Arda Güler shining, Arda Güler scoring a goal, assisting a goal. And I've got Turkey going through, man. Everyone's got Austria going through, which, fair, you can say that. Deservedly so, what they've done this tournament. But Turkey, man, they've got so much individual brilliance. A couple players that can make something out of nowhere. And I feel like when it comes to this moment, in the knockout stage, this is what's going to matter. And Arda Güler will shine and will deliver, and Turkey will go through. Then you've got Romania against Holland. Let's not even talk about the scores. Let's just go straight to the point, because I feel like this is the game which, to be fair, there's only one standout team, and there's only one team which I feel like will win at all costs. I don't want to even preview this game after what Romania had to say online on Twitter after their disgraceful tweet when they spoke about this Dutch team. That's why I don't want to even preview this team. With all due respect to Holland, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to preview this matchup where I don't want to say anything positively about this Romanian team. Nothing positive about this Romanian team. All I want to say, Holland has to win, they must win, and they will win. That's why I've got Holland going through. Now we go to the second bracket, the heavyweights, man. This is the heavyweights. This is where things are going to matter the most. The winner of this tournament will come from this section. 100%, 200%, 1,000,000%. The winner of this tournament will come from this section. First, we start with, of course, the game itself, Spain against Georgia. Spain, so far, this tournament, in my opinion, has been the best team in the tournament. What they've done in pretty much every single game. Georgia has been cute. This run has been nice, man. You guys did your thing. Your fan base is incredible. I feel Georgian. What you guys have done in this tournament, the surprise. Kivica standing out, of course, the performance he had, players doing what they think, Willie Sagnol being the manager from the World Cup 2006 to now being the manager of Georgia. So many great moments from this Georgia team, but unfortunately it has to end. It has to end, man. I'm sorry to say this, but you guys had your moment. You guys had your chance. I can't lie, man. You guys won the heart of everyone. But Spain are just too good. I don't want to spend too much time in this matchup. I feel like we can talk about Spain later, but for this game, I've got Spain winning convincingly as well. Convinced that I think they'll win 2 or 3-0. Georgia has been nice, but Spain will go through. Then you have Germany against Denmark. Germany, the first 2 games, very convincing, is against Scotland, against Hungary, and then the last game of the tournament against Switzerland. Some shaky moments. They're going up against a Danish side who hasn't picked up 3 wins. They've all drawn. They've drawn the last 3 games, which, to be fair, they should have won at least 2 of them. I look at this team, I can't lie. I want Denmark to win, but I want Germany to win. I want Denmark to win because I lived there for about 7 years, and I love Denmark. But at the same time, I want Germany to win because of Toni Kroos and because of the fact what it would do to his legacy. And of course, I'm not going to be stupid and say it's a 50-50. I want Denmark to win because it means more than just Toni Kroos. But I don't see it happening. I think Denmark, I've seen this tournament. They've had their chances, but at the same time, defensively, they're very, very exposed. Very, very exposed because the back line are so slow. And on top of that, the front line still hasn't done anything. Højlund and Wind. Højlund, I can't lie. So disappointing this tournament. So disappointing. He should be on literally... You know how people talk about Lukaku having this tournament where he scored offside goals? No one keep the same energy to Højlund. Højlund has had so many misses this season, bro. Højlund has had at least 2 big chances misses, I remember, bro. The first game and the second game against England. Højlund should have at least been 2 goals by now. Germany are just too strong. System-wise, player-wise, formation-wise, everything about Germany, player-wise as well. I feel like this is going to be a mismatch. Again, I don't want to spend too much time. I feel like we can spend time talking about Germany when they face the next game. But for this game, I've got Germany going through. Then we have Portugal against Slovenia. I don't want to spend too much time talking about this game. Well, we all know what's going to happen. Don't look at Portugal's last performance. Don't look at Portugal's last game and say to yourself, that should be a reflection of Portugal this season and this tournament. It's not the case. Yes, they lost the last game, but the same way Spain rested everyone, Portugal rested everyone as well except for Ronaldo. So don't look at that performance and say, oh wow, Portugal should have never, Portugal are arse crappy, Portugal were lucky at X, Y, and Z. No, they weren't. They literally delivered one of the best performances of the whole tournament against Turkey, what they did against Turkey. So I'm not looking at this Georgia performance and saying, you know what, that should be any bear in mind to what I should predict this game. No, it's not. Slovenia, like I said against Georgia, well done for qualifying to the stage. But now we're talking about the big stages, the big heavyweights, and you guys will lose. Portugal will win. Let's just move on. And then we've got France against Belgium. In terms of matchup, this is the best game of the knockout stage so far. You've got two, on paper, status-wise, they've got two. Of course, one is bigger than another, but you've got two heavyweights. First, we have France, who, to be fair, has been, alongside England, as two of the most disappointing team of the tournament, just because of what the expectation was and the hype around them. They haven't delivered at any cost at all. How can you finish second in a group which consists of Holland, Austria, and Poland? That, to me, was just disgraceful. Yes, they beat Austria with an own goal. Against Dutch, against Holland, very, very lucky. But then again, that was without Mbappe. The last game against Poland, you drew. You drew. If you had won this game, you could have survived. You could have escaped this bracket. Instead, you didn't. You drew against a team who was fighting for absolute nothing. Poland was literally out. They were eliminated heading into this game, and you still drew. Come on, man. Come on. In terms of Belgium, Belgium has had everything right in terms of creating and doing everything there is, but no goals to pretty much come from it. Lukaku, he's missed the offside. Doku hasn't delivered to the extent. Yes, he had one great game against Romania. Other than that, nothing. Trossard, selfish. Carrasco, nowhere to be seen. Then you have Kevin De Bruyne, who, in my opinion, putting my agenda aside, my bias aside, I feel like he's been let down by this Belgium team. Kevin De Bruyne, in my opinion, is having an exceptional tournament. The first game, not so much. I think he was not the best, but not the worst. I think he was there, but the last two games, he's delivered, bro. He's delivered every single game, and he carried this team. I think now it's time for Belgium to at least do something and help him at least progress to the next round, because he can't do it all by himself. He's creating, he's scoring, he's taking shots that I've never seen KDB take. Like, he's purposely trying to score now because of the fact that he knows if he creates, his teammates ain't going to score. That Lukaku ain't going to be scoring the chances that he's putting on the platter for them. So this version of KDB is so good. So good. For that reason, all the agendas, everyone's saying, oh, KDB with Belgium, X, Y, and Z. Not this tournament. Because this tournament, he's actually stepped up. This tournament, he's actually done his thing, bro. It's just a team that's a letdown. And for that reason, I still think this will be a letdown by Belgium. I don't think Belgium has what it takes to beat France. Yes, France hasn't been convincing, but one thing about France, which we've learned over the past couple tournaments, when they reach the later stages, they've got players that can make something out of nothing. And that's what I said about Turkey. In a knockout stage, you need those players. You need those X factors. And that's what France has got. And they have the best X factor in Kylian Mbappe. Now, I think he's recovered, he's healthy, and I feel like nothing's going to stop him. Like I said, he's on a zone. As they say, the blessing in disguise was the fact that he entered a drought. I think if he entered the knockout without a goal, I think that'll be in his mind. And he'll move selfish. He'll have this ego. He'll be like, you know what, I have to score. But now, I think that's behind him. Now I feel like it will come naturally to him. And I think he will deliver. And he will beat Belgium. Now we've got the quarterfinals. And the first game of the quarterfinals is Italy against England. The rematch of the last Euros final, where Italy shocked the world and beat England in penalty shootout. And the crazy thing about it, 3 years later, nothing has really changed. England is still England, not convincing, very fortunate, not managing to have the right system, the right team, and Southgate being Southgate. You're going up against Italy, who again, not knowing what the best team is and the main underdogs. And if you ask Italy, they would always rather be the underdogs heading to any sort of game. Now, we looked at it in the last Euros. Look what they did. And we looked at it when they had to qualify to the World Cup, and they were the main team, they had to do it. They didn't deliver. Italy wants to be the underdog, and they love being the underdog. They're going to go against England, who the question mark is, I've got England beating Slovakia. The question mark is, if they beat Slovakia convincingly, then that will give them sort of confidence. You know what? We can take this and move on to the next level, and now at least get a run going. If they get a scrappy 1-0 win or penalty, then I think it will change. But I still got England winning this game. I can't see England not taking advantage of this situation, which they have right now. Because like I said, this draw, this bracket, is made for them to reach the final. There should be no reason at all for them not reach the final. And I can see it happening. And in this specific game, I've got them winning and going to the semi-final. And then we have Holland against Turkey. I can't lie. If you guys remember, if you guys are OG fans, you guys know whenever these two play, there's always goals. Always goals. The 4-2s, the 3-0s, 6-1s. There's always goals when these two teams face up against each other. And trust me, I've got a feeling Turkey might do it, man. Turkey might do it, man. I can see Turkey going. I can see Turkey. The reason why I got Turkey winning, yeah? The reason why I've got Turkey winning is a mental thing more than anything else. It's a mental thing. I think, the way I think about it, over the past decade, has always been the drought of, can you finally deliver? Can Turkey finally beat this underdog thing? And they've done it now. They've won the first game. Now you're in the quarterfinals. And because because they are now here, I feel like they will take advantage of it and continue. And that's why I've got them winning against Holland and qualifying to the semi-final. There's nothing tactical about it. It's more a prediction more than anything else. It's a feeling. I think Holland will lose, and I think Turkey will qualify to the semi-final. And now the two games, the two quarterfinals, which no one wanted it to happen in quarterfinals. Everyone was hoping for and wanted it to happen in the semi-final. The semi-finals of the Euros of this year should have been these two quarterfinal matchups of Spain, Germany, and France, Portugal. This should not be a quarterfinal matchups. But now let's talk about it. Spain, Germany. Spain, Germany is the best two teams of the tournament. You've got Spain, who Nico, Lamine, Pedri, Rodri, Fabian Ruiz, Cucurella, Carvajal, so convincing. Against Germany, who the 5 players has delivered. Kai Havertz, Musiala, Wirtz, Gundogan, and of course the main man, this system behind them, Toni Kroos. You've got a team against system. Both teams, you've got the best two managers, the best two teams, the best players. This is tough, man. This is so tough. But I look at it on the perspective of, is Spain ready for this? And when I say ready, I think Spain don't have the experience. I think Spain are relying on the directness of the two wingers more than anything else. And I think when you reach, yes, I said earlier, X Factor. But you're talking, this matchup, both teams have got X Factor. It's not like only Spain has it in Nico and Lamine. Germany has it as well. In Jamal Musiala, in Kai Havertz, in Gundogan, in Wirtz, bro. Germany has got more X Factors than Spain. But Spain has got, of course, the entertainment standpoint of both Lamine and Nico. But you're going up against a team which defensively, I think, can handle them. Can handle them, bro. I think Kimmich can handle Nico. He's not going up against Di Lorenzo. It's a different matchup, bro. When Kimmich plays a right back and when Kimmich is zoned in, bro, Kimmich has pretty much locked up Mbappe, bro. So I don't think it's a problem for Kimmich. Lamine is a different standpoint. Even Mittelstadt, to be fair, has had a decent campaign, bro. I think this game will depend on one thing. I think both teams has got the firepower up front. I think it will just depend on the midfield battle. It's a midfield of both Toni Kroos, Gondo against Rodri and Pedri. And I've got more faith in Toni Kroos and Gondo more than Pedri and Rodri. I think Rodri has done his thing. Pedri hasn't. And I don't see Pedri changing it this time around. I feel like He's been non-existent so far in this Euros. And I don't see it happening now against the biggest team of the tournament in Germany. And I think the home crowd will have an advantage to it as well. And I think Toni Kroos is on a mission to win this Ballon d'Or. And I think it starts now. If he has a great performance, he's getting closer and closer to that Ballon d'Or. And I think it will happen. For that reason, I've got Germany winning and beating Spain. There we have Portugal against Spain. Mamma mia, this is getting worse and worse and worse, man. Mbappe against Ronaldo. France against Portugal. This is, oh my God, this is so tough. This is so tough. I'm looking at it as the winner of this game will win the whole tournament. You've heard it right here. The winner of this game will win the whole tournament. You've heard it right here. If France beat Portugal, France will win the whole Euros. If Portugal beats France, Portugal win the whole Euros. The winner of the Euros comes from this game. And it's a game of, really and truly, it's a game of two managers who hasn't managed to find a formula and a solution and a system to get the best of their team. You've got two managers who, in Deschamps and Martinez, who's playing a team which shouldn't be playing. I'm looking at this matchup and really depends on what the manager does. If France starts Camavinga, Tchouameni, Kante, France will win. No matter what Portugal can line up with, France will win. But I don't have faith in Deschamps doing that. If Bernardo Silva doesn't step up, if Bruno doesn't step up, then I've got no faith in this Portugal side. But I think what can save them is, of course, the two men up front. And we have Mbappe and Ronaldo. And there's a question mark of who wants them more between the two. Ronaldo for that last dance, for that Euro title, the second Euro title? Or is it Mbappe finally winning the one trophy that he hasn't won in his career, which is the Euros? And of course the Champions League, but I'm talking about national. Like France has won the World Cup and the Nations League. Portugal has won the Euros and the Nations League. This game, man, hey. I'm going purely on heart and purely on what I think one man can do, and that man being Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo will look at this game and say to himself, if we beat France, we can win the whole tournament. And if I have a stand-up performance, I'll win the best player of the tournament. I haven't got any goals so far. I mean, I'm not sure what he's going to do in the game against Slovenia, which I think he will score. But anyway, let's just pretend he doesn't have any goals. He will come to this matchup knowing to himself, I'm on 0 goals. This team needs me. This team can't win without me. I'm the main man. I remember the last time I played France, in 2016. I had to be substituted with an injury and had to watch my team play and win the tournament. I was very happy. But now, they want me to beat them. Now, I get revenge because I got injured. Now, it's my moment. It's my chance. I want to show everyone that I'm not finished. What all of the talks about, go retire, you play in Saudi. Nah, brother. I can play anywhere. I can play in Iraq and I'll still deliver. Ronaldo's going to win this game for Portugal. Ronaldo will beat France. It's not Portugal will beat France. It's going to be Ronaldo's going to beat France. Ronaldo will score. He will deliver. He'll drop a masterclass. I'm going to get cooked if Ronaldo doesn't do it, man. Bro, Chris, please, man. Please, man. I need you to do this. Wallah, I need you to do this. Please, brother. And now the semis. Turkey against England. Germany against Portugal. Let me just say it out there. Let me just say it straight. This might be the hottest take of them all. Turkey will beat England. Turkey will go to the final. On the other matchup between Germany and Portugal, I've got Portugal winning. Let's go straight to the final. This video is as long as it is. I don't want to waste any more of your time. If you're still watching by now, thank you very much, man. Just hit the subscribe button whilst you're at it. Just comment as well if you think what I've said is wrong and if you agree with what I said or disagree with what I said. And just press the like button as well, man. And I appreciate you. Let's just talk about the final. The final between Portugal and Turkey. We all know what's going to happen. It's going to be Portugal winning. Ronaldo will win. Ronaldo will win. Ronaldo will win. Ronaldo will win. This tournament is designed for Ronaldo. I think it's written for Ronaldo. The script writers wrote Ronaldo to win this tournament, for him to deliver this tournament, and I think Portugal will do it. I think Turkey will have a great run, exceptional run in what they've done, but Portugal just will do it. And again, it starts with Ronaldo, and I think Ronaldo will finally score in the final, which he literally wanted to score 8 years ago, but now it's happening. And I think Portugal will win the whole thing, and Ronaldo will be the main reason, just as I predicted it from the first moment before the ball was even kicked. The only way for Portugal to win the whole thing is with Ronaldo starting every single game. So far, Roberto Martinez hasn't fallen for the narratives, hasn't fallen for the media. Hopefully, by the time it happens, Portugal hasn't been knocked out. I hope, for the love of God, I hope this video doesn't age badly, but I think it will. And I think Ronaldo will win Portugal the Euros, and Euros will come home to Portugal. But guys, this has been my prediction. Let me know down in the comments what you think, how you feel this tournament will be playing out, who you think is going to win, and everything about it. Comment, like, and of course subscribe, and I'll see you very soon. Peace.